How's it going, everyone? The Trout91 here, back for the Sassuolo playthrough. This is episode number 19. If you missed the previous episode, I do recommend you go check it in the description down below, or there'll be a card up in the corner, probably that corner, I think, where you can click the link and it will take you to the next episode. Last time out, we entered 2017 and made 2 new signings. To strengthen up the back four and take over the place of Antti was Martin Di Michelis. 36 years old, very technically and mentally great. His physical sides do let him down, but a solid signing nonetheless to see us through the rest of the season. And to give us more attacking options, especially pace on the counter-attack, we enlisted Emenike. Now, in the first game, which I actually left out from the highlights, and I do apologise for that, I was a bit scatty when I edited the last video, but it was a fairly even game to start off the year against Fiorentina. It ended up 1-1 as a draw. Acerbi scoring our goal for us to get us off the mark, but it was short-lived as Fiorentina went up the other side and Christian Tello bagged an equaliser after some nice tidy little passing from Fiorentina. We also faced off against the mighty AC Milan. It was an intense match, lots of opportunities for AC Milan to bag a goal. We had a few of our own, and it ended up going in a draw. So our first big game against one of the big sides in the league, and we managed to get a point off of it because we've lost pretty much every time against Roma, Napoli, Inter, Juventus at this point. As you would have seen in the last episode, Dominic Berardi has come back from his long-term injury. He was originally supposed to be out for about 6 months at the start of the season, and we finally have him back and available for the squad. Now, something I actually neglected to tell you lot last episode, which I'm sure is going to raise a few eyebrows, we actually terminated the loan deal of Leonardo Ulloa. I felt like with Gary Hooper and Emmanuel Emenike, we just had enough strikers in enough areas. We also had Dominic Berardi coming back. It just didn't make sense financially to keep him around. He's only playing off of the bench, and his wages are quite high. So I felt like financially, and it just was, there was not a lot of point in keeping him, even though some people will probably argue he should be playing ahead of Gary Hooper. But I thought Gary Hooper's playing pretty well so far. So unless things go really badly, I won't quite regret it just yet. And that's not to say that we can't go into the market and get ourselves a new striker, or even try and bring him back on loan if he wanted to. Probably not. He'd probably hate us if we tried to do that. But I do appreciate everything he did for us. He scored some clutch goals in the 90th minute to get us some crucial points in some of the games, and he will be missed for all the efforts he put through. Now, our first game of the episode is against Bologna. We're now getting into our second set of games for the season. Now, if we consider our season so far, we're at the halfway point. We played 19 matches. We've got 19 matches to go. We won 11, drew 4, and lost 4. So, overall, there's a fair amount of points that we have dropped throughout that. I think, if I do the maths quickly, there's 20 points total that we've dropped there, and we've managed to pick up 37, which isn't too bad. I think a lot of people were saying that they expected me to finish a bit lower than I am currently in the table. Some people thinking, based on the form now, that I should be pushing on for Champions League. I think we'll have to see how we get on, but we're not far off of top. Juventus somehow, after a very terrible start, do find themselves top of the table at the halfway point. 44 points, equal with Inter Milan, and we are only 7 points behind those two at the moment. So we are still in the race for that top 3 spot to get Champions League. I mean, AC Milan are 42 points, and we just drew against them, so we're only 5 points behind them. And Napoli are ahead of us by 1. However, we have got Torino chasing us from behind. They are chasing our tails, 1 point behind us. I think it's a good start to the season so far. The halfway point, I think I expected myself really to be about 8th or 9th in the league. Not too sure how we might have got on. I feel like I had a good enough team to reach the top half of the league, but whether we can stay in that Europa League place and potentially push on for Champions League is yet to be seen, and who knows what will happen. Now, if you remember in our last fixture, we drew 2-2 against Bologna, and it was a game that we should have arguably won. After starting 1-0 up, we found ourselves quickly 2-1 behind, and it wasn't until our Ulloa Rest in peace, my son. Last minute equaliser managed to grab a point for us on the opening day of the season. This time we were playing at home, and again it was probably a game we should have won. Now my recording device decided to stop working for some reason, which is really annoying. So I had to go back and record the goals afterwards, because by the time I realised it stopped working, both of those goals happened in that period of time. Politano managed to grab our goal for the boys in green and black. Afterwards, it was Matteo Destro who scored against us to level it up. He scored for the second game against us this season, which is annoying. Very quality striker, and I'm a little bit jealous we don't have him in our lineup. Now, I wanted to just include this game because it's a bit of a throwaway game. We had a cup match against Atalanta, and if you remember, they showed us how terrible you can be as a team and still score one opportunity out of one and get a point from it, which was frustrating. But I considered it to be a pretty easy game for us. I threw out a weakened side, and it didn't actually work out that way. Atalanta gave us a fair game. Arguably, we should have probably won again. We had more chances, but Atalanta controlled the game a little bit more, and it went all the way to extra time, where Acerbi scored an own goal. So we had lost in the Italian Cup. So that was a bit devastating and a bit frustrating, but we move on, and now we can focus on the league. Now, before our featured game against Torino, I want to just throw you through a few bits and pieces that are going on behind the scenes. Now, Claude Ajpong, as you remember, is a developing right back that we would desperately like to send on loan so he can develop further. We did get 100% wage contribution from Crotone, who are obviously bottom of the league right now. We also accepted a loan bid for Bosko Jankovic to Foggia. Yep, he's still lurking around. They're going to be contributing 40% of his wages. I tried for 70, but they weren't really having it. He's not even that much, to be honest, with how much he costs for wages. But Nice also put in an offer for Matri for 375k. Obviously, an older striker who has a bit about him, but not really enough to get in my side, I don't think. So I wanted to send him out, and Nice came in with the bid. What I didn't notice is they put in a clause that I would contribute some of the wages towards him, which was really cheeky, and had I noticed that, I would have probably not accepted the offer, but I accepted it. Now, here we go with the featured game against Torino. If you remember last time out, we won 1-0. It was Duncan with a lovely left-footed effort that bagged the only goal of the day. They're a tough team and 1 point behind us in the table, as I mentioned previously in the video. So we're coming up against Torino, and we are away from home in this fixture. Now, there's a few things to mention. Berardi's actually ill, so Gary Hooper's going to come in up top. We have also got Sensi, who is suspended. We've got Peluso, who's suspended, so our first choice left back will not actually be playing today, so we've had to go with Jeremy Morel. And Duncan is actually on African Cup of Nations duty, which is a big blow. I probably should look into getting maybe a few centre mids in the table in the transfer window. We have quite a few still lurking about in the squad, so it's not all doom and gloom. But Mazzatelli's going to have to come in for Duncan's position. I'm playing Gary Hooper up top because Berardi is ill. He got the flu for like a day, and he's still not fit enough to play, apparently. So there you go. We're also playing Politano as an inside forward, which a few people mentioned to do. So I'm going to give that a bash today and see how it works out. Even though he's stronger as playing as a winger, which is why I play him as a winger. And obviously, I do want to test out Berardi playing up front a little bit, but I do think maybe he'd be more beneficial on the right-hand wing. Maybe it would help out Gary Hooper to have someone who's a little bit technically better than maybe Ricci on that right-hand side. Just going to see if I can get these guys ready. They looked pumped up for this matchup, and hopefully we'll get underway. We do have Berardi on the bench if he does feel inclined to come on. We need him. And obviously I'm playing without any instructions today. I just want them to kind of, you know, go for it. I don't want them to play in any specific manner. I just want them to have their own opportunity for the game and feel it out, really. Just play a slower game, be a bit more cautious. Not as Nicholas Frey's doing, who is probably going to get booked 3 minutes in. All right, it's just a talking to. Ball is whipped in, and it's fallen to Moretti. And that is a dreadful challenge from Jeremy Morel. What are you doing, son? You've just seen Nicholas Frey do something stupid. What? Oh, it's just talking to. All right. This is not the beginning I was hoping for, boys. This is far too nervy and far too poopy for me. Poopy, just like how I'm feeling right now. I had 4 bottles of beer last night, and I feel dreadful. I don't know if I just didn't sleep very well, but Some of you at home are probably like, Trout, God, that's pathetic. 4 beers and you feel dreadful. 4 bottles of Coors Light and you feel dreadful. That is not acceptable. And then some of you at home are thinking, Trout, you are a cheap date. And all I have to say to that is, yes. Yes, I am. That leads me on to my drink of the day. I haven't actually got a drink. I'm going to have to go and get a drink. Sorry, boys. I'll be right back. I'm back, baby. I've gone for strawberry and kiwi Robinson's fruit and barley squash. Beautiful. We've got a free kick, and it's a terrible one. I don't know why I expected anything different, really. He moves down the left-hand side, and Zappacosta takes that one away from him. Again, Politano does well to get the second ball. And he is being out-crowded here, and no one really giving him enough support. Lalic moving forward on this left-hand side. And again, he's out-crowded, but somehow skips past 4 players. The ball's in the box, and Belotti scores. How do 4 people not get this tackle off? What? And they've all gone straight towards him, and no one's marking Belotti in the box. I actually don't know what the hell you're doing there. Politano on the corner. Goes all the way out to Mazzatelli, who goes to the right, has a shot, and it's hit out for a corner. Politano with the second attempt from the corner. Tries to go to Magnanelli, doesn't reach, but Mazzatelli is going to give it back to Politano, who darts inside, chips it in. He's got a third attempt, and it's dreadful. I just don't understand. I'll be honest, that goal has deflated me terribly right now. Di Michelis has it this time. Trying to find someone to offload it to, but Moretti's going to challenge him from behind, and he gets yellow carded. Now we have another free kick. We've had a few this game, and they've all been really terrible. Can Politano make a difference here? No, he can't. Of course he can't. Why do I even bother setting you up for that? One of these set pieces has to go in eventually. Politano's going to take it. Again, he tries to play Mazzatelli, who heads it for Ricci. Plays Pellegrini! There we go. Back in the game. Finally, a set piece actually works out for us in the way we probably intended it to. And we're back ahead of Torino in the table. We're back on level terms against Torino. And we're back in the game and the race for European football. I mean, if Berardi could play left attacking forward, or Ricci could play left attacking forward, I'd quite happily stick them over there. Belotti through on goal, goes for the shot, and Consigli makes a comfortable save. Lalic with the corner, and the ball is played in. Everyone goes towards it, but Falque gets the ball on the edge of the area. Baselli gives it back to Falque, and it's deflected in. Iago Falque with the first time. Who is this? Sticking their leg out when it's not necessary. We would concede right before half-time. Right before flipping half-time. Consigli, right? I give my defence a lot of stick, but you do not do anything. You are an innocent bystander half the bloody time. You have hands, you can use them. W. Remember? Basic goalkeeping training. Getting us started with them. Show me something else, boys, because that was just abysmal. Right, changing Politano to an attacking winger again. I'm not convinced by him being an inside forward. I've given it a go. My fullbacks, playing them on defensive fullbacks. Going to put them on attack. Want us to get up the pitch and start actually having some opportunities at goal. Our delivery has not been great. Our attacking opportunities have been a bit lackluster. Let's actually put the ball in the back of the net. I'm even going to go attacking. I want to win this game. I can't let Torino overtake me. It's as simple as that. Going to look for the overlap. And I think I'm just going to leave it there for now. We've been, what we've been doing has been working. We've had the majority of the possession. We've had the better chances. But they've just been clinical. Well, I don't even know if you could say that. One of them was a deflection. But they've had limited opportunities and scored both of them, which is just frustrating. Pellegrini finds Nicolas Frey on the opposite side of the pitch. And they exchange passes to start a move forward. But it's an aggressive interception from Rossettini. And Politano finds Gary Hooper with the ball. Gives it to Ricci, who goes for the first time effort. And Joe Hart punches that over the crossbar. And we have a corner. Whips the ball out again to the edge of the box. But a miscommunication there. And I'm not sure. Right, okay. That whole sequence was just a bit what in the hell. I'm going to push Mazzatelli a bit higher. Deep lying playmaker. I think we've been doing fine. We just need that goal. Oh, lovely. Jeremy Morel's been sent off. That's Absolutely wonderful. Just adding to my bloody problems. Free at the back. I'm just going to go free at the back. Screw it. We basically lost this game anyway. They're not even having many opportunities going forward. They're playing counter-attacking football. And they're not even good at it. If we could just capitalise on some set pieces, like corners and free kicks. We get so many corners. If we could just put some of them in, we get so many more points and we'd be so much... We wouldn't have to worry about scrambling for a goal every game. Come on, boys. Show some passion. You don't even care out there. Come on, here we go. Gary, run. Run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run. Gary, look at him go. He's got the ball still. Ricci's managed to find it. Gary Hooper again. Mazzatelli. This is the chance. Magnanelli gives it to Pellegrini. Nice football. Gary Hooper's got it, and it's gone. Run, Gary. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Ricci, run. Run those little legs of yours. Get the ball in the box. Ricci, Right, I'm going two up top. I'm just giving... I give no Fs about how we're approaching this. Right, I'm bringing on Emenike as a false 9. I'm also going to bring on Emmanuel Emenike up front because, well, Gary's just been absolutely turd. By the way, I have registered Petro Emenike because no one seems to be biting on some of his transfer deals. And he's not a bad little striker. I think we could probably do with him as one of those backup players. That's it, we're going for this. Direct ball, play it to the wings. I don't know why it's taken me this long to do it. We're playing at a higher tempo as well. I don't know why I've sat here not doing that sooner. I really don't. What have I been doing? What is going through my head? It's probably going to put the nail in the coffin, but no, it's a terrible ball. Now's the chance to go. Ricci gives it to Emenike. Run, boys, run. Emenike. Oh, no. Pellegrini still got it. Ah! What do I even do at this point? No. No, we've not scored. Emenike! He scored! Oh, the game changer! Come on! Look at this. Oh, that is what I wanted. I just wanted to pump the ball and pace abuse of Emenike. It is my drug. Yes, Emenike! Yes! Right, now we stick everyone in defence. Right, I apologise, Yamello, but I need 4 at the back at this point, and you're going to have to be sacrificed. Thanks for playing 20-odd minutes of the game. Don't throw it away, boys. Please, do not do this to me. Get the ball out of there. Get it out. Get it out. 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 Away. Vamos. That's not away, or exit. That's like go. Get it away from there. Ricci. Oh no, he slips in Emenike. Oh! Oh! Imagine if he bags a second. What a signing it would have been. The hero. I need a hero who can save us. I'm not gonna do it. I don't know the words. I'm hold on to the weight of the hero. Oh. I mean, oh no, we're in again. Go on, be a hero, save us. Punt the absolute living hell out of it. Full time, 2-2 to the boys. Yes, well done, much better. Done brilliantly to come back. Really, I just want to tell them you were absolutely turd, but there you go. Pellegrini with the man of the match, well deserved from that young boy. He's making a very big claim to start every game so far with that kind of performance.